Good morning, everyone. My name is Lacey Palazzari, and I'm going to go over how to create a newsletter campaign in MailerLite.com. So once we log in and we're on the dashboard, the first thing we're going to do is go in the upper right-hand corner and click Create Campaign. From there, it's going to give us a couple of options as to what kind of campaign that we're going to want to create. If you look here, it'll give us a couple of options. Go ahead and select Regular Campaign. If you're just starting out, this is the one that you're going to want to be doing. From there, you can select the subject of the newsletter. Let's select something happy. Happy Thursday. You can select who it's from. This is really good if you have a pen name or if you signed up with a different name, or if you have a book series that you want to send your newsletter emails from. Then from there, we're going to go to content, and this is the fun part of the newsletter creation. It might take you to an email design page. From there, just select the classic drag and drop editor. That's a little bit easier to learn with. The new drag and drop editor is still in its beta testing phase, so I'm just going to teach you how to use this one because it is, in my opinion, the one that's a little bit easier to learn on. From there, let me take my address off so I don't get fun fan mail. From there, it's going to take you to a created version of the newsletter. What I like to do, the first thing that I like to do is to go on this right-hand side, is to select design, and from there it'll give us some pre-designed themes that we can choose. They have different backgrounds, different colors. My favorite is subtle orange, so I'm going to go with this one. If you don't see any that you like, you can always create a custom design for your newsletter. Once we have that saved and ready to go, I'm going to go into the header. The header is the very top of your newsletter. It's going to probably show maybe your logo or the name of your business. If you go into this right side, this is where you're going to be editing everything that appears on the left. So when you go into content, you can choose what type of header you'd like to do. You can choose a purely text header, which is what I personally like. You can add a link to your website, a subtitle, a whole bunch of things. And then from there, you can add a little bit more, maybe if you want a logo. I like just the text. From there, we can go into style, and this is going to be the same on all of the text that you enter. You can choose the different fonts, the different size, whether it's bold or not, and then the background and spacing. You can add extra padding to the top, maybe extra padding on the bottom, whatever you like. It's very easy to use. You can do a lot of things with MailerLite. After we have customized and we have it exactly how you want, you're always going to want to press save. If you don't, it'll revert all of the changes and you're going to have to do everything over again. So then if you look on this right side, you're going to see a lot of titles on different things that you can do and add to your newsletter. Let's start out with a title. And then if you want to add something, all you got to do is click on it and then, or double click on it, or click and drag exactly where you want it to be. From here, it's going to be exactly like the header. We're going to edit in the right to change the content in the left, so we can say, Happy Thursday, everybody. And then from there, after we determine the content, we can go into the settings, and we do it exactly like we did it with the header. We change the style, the font, a bunch of stuff. Anything you want, really. And then we save. Now I'm going to show you how to add a blog post to your newsletter. What I personally like to do is to go to the image and text tile right here, click and drag it where I want it to be, and then it'll go directly there in the bottom. What I do for my text, for my blog posts, once I have the title, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go on my website and find the exact blog post that I want to include in my newsletter, and then I'm going to go up here at the URL, and I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to go right here into the right side, and I'm under link. I'm going to paste that URL, so now when anybody clicks anything in this box, it will take them directly to the full blog post. Another thing that I like to do is I like to copy the first paragraph is a little bit of a preview as to the blog, and then I like to paste it right down into this box right here. You can also select and personalize your text in the paragraph a little bit from this text box right here, kind of make it a little easier to read. And then something that I do always like to do is I like to browse and add an image, possibly one from the blog post. I don't have the specific picture downloaded onto my computer, so I can just click and drag it, add it to my desktop, go into Browse, and then it'll show you all the files you've previously uploaded on previous newsletters. You can go to Upload Image. I just saved that to my desktop. I probably won't be able to find it, and there's a ton of junk on my computer. All right, so I can't, oh, there it is. Here we go. We're going to select the image, and then it'll be right there in the preview. Alrighty, and then I'm going to go into settings, and it'll be exactly the same as it was with the header and the title. We can change the image position, where we want the title to be, and then edit the font and the characters that we're using for the subtitles, for the text in the body of the newsletter, and then we can also change the color of the link as well and whether we want an underline. Alrighty. So that's how we add a preview to a blog post on one of our pages. You can also change the size of an image when you add it. Now, after we save that, I'm going to show you how to add a footer to your website. The footer, I think, is one of the more important parts. It has your company name, whether you just want it to be your name or maybe the title of the series you're writing. You can add your email and contact information. And then something that you do not want to ignore is this unsubscribe button. This is something that you need to have on your email. Whenever you send a newsletter out, you can't just collect random emails and then subscribe people to your newsletter. They need to consent to be signed up to your newsletter, and they have to be able to unsubscribe. So just to abide by MailerLite's policies. And then from there, once we save that, we're going to go to Done Editing. And it will take us to our recipients page. I have, and I will describe this in another video, but I have a forum on my website, so whenever anybody signs up, it'll go directly into this Lacey and Pellizzeri group. Once we have our subscribers selected, I'm going to review and confirm, and it will take us directly to this kind of summary page that goes over how a newsletter is going to look, kind of the subject, the sender, the content. I will heavily recommend to preview or send a test email to yourself or a coworker or a family friend just so they can preview it, and just don't be like me. Don't accidentally send out typos. If you click on the preview button, you'll be able to see the newsletter exactly how it will appear in the email. You can choose the mobile option as well and how they'll see that. You can save the email as a PDF. You can copy the link and share it on your social media pages or anywhere you're going to want to share that. And then from there, once that is all squared away and ready to go, we're going to schedule. Alrighty, and from here we have the option of sending the email immediately once we press send, or scheduling the email for a later date. Sometimes if you want to get it kind of out of the way beforehand, maybe every Friday at noon, you can do that. You can select the time zone. Again, you can do pretty much anything you want with MailerLite. It is really, really versatile. And then if you have Google Analytics on your website, I would recommend selecting this option as well. And then once that is all set up and ready to go, you can press send. And there we go. That is how you create a first email campaign on MailerLite. Thank you.